Let's create a new dashboard to represent fiscal report. First, we'll show a multi-card to represent total revenue and total gross profit and other details. From just we need to select a multi-card and just apply total unit in field option, field total unit, total revenue, total cost of goods sold, and total gross profit. Now let's add a bar chart to represent gross profit by fiscal period. So for that we will select a fiscal period in x-axis, a gross profit in value. We can apply a conditional formatting to represent a higher value in different color and lower value in different color. Let's go to the format tab. You can do by using a data color. If you are able to see a 3 dot, just click on 3 dot and select conditional formatting. You can apply the color on the lowest value. If you want to a different color, you can change the color and apply it. If you want to show a data label, you can also select a data label in format tab. In format tab, just click on data label. It will reflect a data label. Now let's create a line chart to represent a particular data by quarter wise, fiscal period wise. For that, first we'll select a line chart on blank canvas. We will select a fiscal period and we'll represent here a gross profit. We need to select on a line chart and then we need to apply fiscal period and gross profit. And here in table, I want to use, instead of table, I will select a matrix tab to represent a multiple value. Here I can show, instead of gross profit, a fiscal period wise, a percent of gross profit, the average daily gross profit, total units sold, total revenue, total cost of goods sold, and total gross profit. If you click on blank canvas, you're able to view this matrix tab. If you want to apply any conditional formatting, for that, for example, if I want to reflect total revenue and want to add a data bar, you just select a total revenue, just select conditional formatting, select the table, go to the format and select conditional formatting, select total revenue and click on data bar. So it will show you. If you want to apply color also, you can change it. Now let's add a slicer by region. We have a region value in our sales representative table. We will select a region. As per region wise, we can change the all the other matrix table and charts and other table. If you can select northeast, it will reflect the data for only northeast. And if you can select the southwest, it will reflect the data only for southwest. Our last dashboard to represent a last 12-month transaction revenue. Let's name it last 12-month transaction revenue. To represent this, first we'll add a line chart. We have already calculated measures for the last 12-month, rolling 12-month average transaction. So we will use this, and we have an average transaction revenue. The first in line chart, we will represent year in x-axis from a date table, and a month also in x-axis, and in table we will add our average transaction revenue first, and then to comparing we will add rolling 12-month average transaction, and we want to view both the values, so we will select this icon that will reflect it will reflect for all the month and year. So it will help us to find out that what is the average for the last 12 months from the current month. The year in 2018 Feb, the current transaction is average is 1249. In the past month, the average rolling transaction is 1270. That is easily able to for comparison with the previous year to till year. Now we will add a matrix table. Let's click on blank canvas. Here also we will represent first from a date table year and month, and we will select whatever measures we have created: average daily revenue, average transaction revenue, and the rolling month average. Now I want to represent both year and month. For that I will select the table and click on expand. It will represent me for all the year wise, month wise data of average daily revenue, transaction revenue, and 12-month average transaction revenue. Let's add one slicer, and in slicer we'll add a year. Now year is showing in timeline. They will convert into a list. We can increase the font size by going to the font tab, item, and for the matrix table also we can increase the file's font size. Select the table, go to the format, row header, and increase the text size. Now let's click it here for ascending order. Now our last dashboard is also created. Now we have created all the reports from gross profit by product, region, average daily gross profit and fiscal period, and 12-month transaction revenue. Now I'll show you. We have added a slicer in some dashboard. For example, in gross profit by region, we have added two slicer. I'll show you how to take the slicer into the next level. For example, I will create one shape, rectangle shape here, and move the region and sales representative here. And now I want to hide this slicer and reflect the slicer again, and click on any icon, any button. For that I will add one left arrow button and adjust it here. Now we have a fourth thing: region, sales representative, slicer, one button of left arrow, and one rectangle. We will use a selection panel. It will reflect two button has added. Remove one. We have a region slicer. Click it twice and assign a name region slicer. a sales rep slicer, left arrow button, and a shape. We will make a group of all these four. Just select everything and just right click on group and select group. It will create one new group for us. Assign a name, slicer panel. Now let's use a bookmark. I clicked on a bookmark from in view tab. It will open a new tab for us. Click on add. Now our bookmark is created. First, here the first bookmark I will rename as show panel. Now our panel is visible. And now I will create another bookmark and name as a hide panel. And here I will we have created a group of slicer panel. We will just hide it and click on update. So if you can see, if I click on a show panel, on select show panel, click on update. Now if you can see, if I select hide panel, it will hide the slicer panel, and if I click on show panel, it will show me the this panel, slicer panel. Now I will add a new button. On that click of that button, it will show the panel. For that I will go to the home tab and use a right arrow key and just adjust the size and keep it here. And click on and keep it here. And now I will assign a name in selection panel. Right button. And I will update our, when I click on a show panel, our right button need to be hidden. So I will select, I click it here. So it will hide the right button, and I'll click on again update, and in hide panel I want to reflect the right button. Now it is visible. I click on update. Now if you can see, if I select show panel, it is the panel is reflecting with the region and sales representative, and if I click on hide panel, our right button is reflecting. Now we will use and assign an action to these two buttons. We'll select the first button. I'll close the other function. Now if I select a button in visualization, there are multiple options are reflecting. Just go to an action tab, expand, select a bookmark, and on click of this button I want to show a panel. On tooltip I want to reflect a show panel. So if you use control and click on it, it will reflect and will show you the panel. And again I want to apply action on this button. So I will select a left arrow button and apply action and select a bookmark and hide panel. I will assign a name, hide panel. Hide panel. Now if I'll go to the dashboard and select using control, if I click on this, it will hide it, and if I click on the right arrow key using a control button, it will show me the. And let's do some formatting. Select the region button. In visualization tab, format and increase the size, font size, and for the same increase the font size. Now we have seen how to use a bookmark and grouping all the slicer and button, which help us to selecting at once other than selecting one by one. In our report, if you can see, if we click on hide panel, before if I selected west, and using a control, if I click hide panel, and again I click show panel, then it is reflecting NE instead of west. Why it's happened if I'll go to the my bookmark selection, and on show panel if I see the field, if you can see the data is clicked. It means at the time of a bookmark, whatever the selection we have made, it will view as it is. So if you don't want to do that, just uncheck it data from from hide panel, and now if we see, if I select west and hide it and again make it enable, it will not change my data. Now we have created all the dashboard, so we can publish this report now. For that we just need to click on publish. Wait for a second. Now if you have not signed in, then it will give you the dialog box for sign in. I already signed in. That's the reason it's giving me this box where I need to select a destinations where I want to publish this report. Now wait. Now we got a successful message. Our report is published successfully. Now if you click on this link, it will open a web page with the link. If you're not logged in, then you need to sign in. Once you logged in, it will open this web page in this format. In Power BI, you are able to see your report just here under my workspace. You can see all the tabs which we have created: gross profit by product, by region, by average daily gross profit fiscal report, and the average 12-month transaction revenue. The best thing is that we can edit the report here in this web page. Here all the tables are available, and the visualization screens are available, so we can make any kind of changes if we want. Now our report is dynamic. We can see on selection of any product, all our data are changing. On click of button, use Control plus click, that this function will work. Now if you go on a file tab, there are multiple options are available. You can save the report. You can save this copy of the report. You can take a printout. For example, if you want to present this report, so if you need a printout, you can take a printout. You also can publish to the web page for that to be a author of the website. You also can export to the PowerPoint, so it will create each report, each dashboard in a new page. You can also export in a PDF. And this function, if you send a report to someone else through emails, so if someone is logged in on a web page, that time he can able to download this report. Now again come back to the reading view. If you go to the right side, right corner, there is option available, shares. If this option will allow to share this report with others through email. For that you need to have a Power BI account, Power BI Pro account. You can also try it for free for 60 days. Now I have used function, I have take a 60-day trial. That's the reason it's enable me. Now if you can share view in share report, there are multiple options. You can insert an email ID. You can provide a content. The link is available. You just need to update email ID, any message email body you want to add. You can allow a permission to share the report. You can add a function that send email notification to recipient, and you just need to click on share. It will send an email to to the person. You can add multiple email. Now let's go back to our Power BI desktop. Now we will see to add a new data and refresh this report. For that, you just need to go to the database file, select the report, copy it, move to our main location, and just click on refresh. Now if you can see, all the report are updated with the new data, which you can see the year are reflecting for 21st, 22nd, and 23. Now we will publish the report once again. So our updated data will reflect in web page. Click on refresh. Wait for a few seconds. Done. We got the success message. Now let's click on the link. Now if you can see in web page, our data are updated for the updated period for 21, 22nd, and 23. All the report are updated. First, where we have extracted all the transaction table from a folder, and we have extracted a single table for category and product. Then after extracting all the table, we have created one date table using calculative measures, and we have created a relationship with all the tables. And after, we have created a multiple dashboard for gross profit by region, by product, average days gross profit, fiscal report, and average 12-month transaction revenue. And then we publish the report on web page, and we have seen how to update our data and refresh this report. That's it we have covered in this case study. Thank you.